So we start by putting the yarn like this. You make a loop and the tail is under, and you just take in your fingers the tail and the loop like this, and you have to knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, and knit again. So we have 5 stitches. Then you pull the tail, and we have 5 stitches that we can knit. So first row of brioche, the edge stitches, I will knit the edge stitches, both the first and the last, on the right side, and will purl both stitches on the wrong side when I knit with the first color yarn. With the second color yarn, the edge stitches will always be slipped. So let's start. Knit the first edge stitch. After that, slip 1 yarn over. That means you go with the needle under the yarn and slip the stitch purlwise. Then knit 1. Again, slip 1 yarn over. And as I said, the last edge stitch in color 1 yarn will be knit on the right side. So now slide the stitches to the other end. Pick up the second color yarn. Put the tails together, slip the edge stitch, and we start. The repeat in row number 2 is brioche purl. That means you purl together the stitch and the yarn over from the previous row. After that, slip 1 yarn over. So this is the repeat for row number 2. Right now we have only 3 stitches, but when you have more, you repeat the same thing. Brioche purl, slip 1 yarn over, and in the end, since we have an odd number of stitches, in the end you will always finish with the brioche purl. After that, the last edge stitch in color, when we knit in color 2 yarn, is slip 1 purlwise with yarn in front. After that, turn the work, pick up the first color yarn, and we knit a row number 3. So, as I said, on the wrong side, now is the wrong side, we turned the work, so it's the wrong side, we purl the edge stitches when we knit in color 1 yarn. And the repeat for this row is slip 1 yarn over, brioche purl. So again, you repeat that as many times, as many stitches you have. Then the last 2 stitches, the one stitch will be slip 1 yarn over, and the last one is the edge stitch that you have to purl. So that's row number 3, and we slide the stitches, pick up the second color yarn, and we knit row number 4. Slip the stitch purlwise, the edge stitch, and the repeat for row number 4 will be brioche knit. That means you knit together the stitch and the yarn over from the previous row, and slip 1 yarn over. So repeat again and again when you have more stitches, and then you have 2 stitches left. 1 stitch is brioche knit, 1 because in brioche the stitch and the yarn over counts as 1 stitch, so brioche knit, and the last edge stitch in row number 4 is slip 1 purlwise with yarn in the back. So please remember the repeats for rows 2, 3, and 4 because they will be repeated, and I will show you only the pattern rows. That means the rows where we have the increases and decreases, and these are just the repeat rows that we do after that. So now we have row number 5 and we start with the increases. So knit the edge stitch, slip on yarn over, and here in this central stitch, brioche stitch, we have to do a 4 stitches increase. So we brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. We have 5 stitches on the needle. We can slip the stitch from the left needle. After that, slip on yarn over and knit the last edge stitch. So this is row number 5. After that, you slide the stitches to the other end of the needles, pick up the second color yarn, and we knit a row number 2. So it's like I said, but a little bit different, and I will explain why. So slip purlwise with yarn in front, well, it doesn't matter, it's in front, the edge stitch, and after that we start the repeat. And as I said in row number 2, the repeat is brioche purl, slip 1 yarn over. And here we have the 5 stitches from the increase. So here, instead of brioche purl that we have to do now, we will just purl 1 stitch, because this stitch doesn't have the yarn over. And again, slip 1 yarn over, purl 1, slip 1 yarn over, and in the end, brioche purl. So every time when you have the increases, you kind of repeat the you do the repeat for that row, slip on brioche purl, slip 1 yarn over, but when you have these increased stitches, instead of brioche purl, you just purl 1 stitch. So slip the stitch with purlwise with yarn in front. This was row number 6. It's the same as row number 2. Just pay attention to the increased stitches, and then after that, as I told you previously, you have to repeat rows 3 and 4, and then I'll show you the next pattern row. In rows number 9, 13 and 17, you do the same thing we did in row number 5. You have to do the increase here in the middle stitch. So we knit the edge stitch, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 yarn over, or more stitches in rows 13 and 17, and then you get to this central stitch and you do the increase here. Brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. After that, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 yarn over, and knit the edge stitch. So after row number 9, I repeated rows 2, 3 and 4, and now I knit a row number 13. That is similar to row number 5 and row number 9. We just knit the edge stitch, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 yarn over, and when we get to the central stitch, we do the 4 stitches increase. So brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. Slip the stitch from the needle and continue slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 yarn over, knit the edge stitch, and after that repeat rows 2, 3 and 4. In row number 17 we knit the edge stitch, and again we slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit until the central stitch, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 yarn over, here's the central stitch, we increase by 4 stitches. So brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, and continue slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, like a song. Slip 1 yarn over and knit the edge stitch. And after that, as usual, repeat rows 2, 3 and 4. Rows number 21 and 41 are the easiest in this pattern. You just have to knit the edge stitch and then start the repeat. Slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit. And you repeat that until the last 2 stitches, when you have to slip 1 yarn over and knit the edge stitch. So as I said, the repeat is slip 1 yarn over, brioche knit, and when you have 2 stitches left, you slip on yarn over and knit the edge stitch. And the same thing will be in row number 41, except there will be more stitches here, but the repeat is the same. So after these rows, as usual, repeat rows 2, 3, and 4. Row number 25, knit the edge stitch, slip on yarn over. Here we do a 2 stitches increase, so brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, and again brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1 column, slip on yarn over, and in these 3 columns we will do 4 stitches decrease. So slip, knit twice the brioche stitch, and again knit twice the next stitch, and then the central stitch you have to slip it to the cable needle or to a stitch marker like I do, and you leave it in front of the work. After that you knit the next stitch, you pass over the stitch from the right needle, slip the stitch to the left needle and pass over the next brioche stitch, slip the stitch to the right needle, pass over the previous brioche stitch. After that, slip the stitch from the stitch marker or cable needle to the left needle, slip the stitch from the right needle to the left needle and pass over that stitch that you had on your cable needle, and slip the stitch to the right needle. So there's a 4 stitches decrease. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, and again in these 2 columns we will do a 2 stitches increase. So brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip the stitch, slip on yarn over, and again brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, and knit the edge stitch. So this is a row 25. After that, knit rows 2, 3, and 4. Rows number 29 and 49 are almost the same, just like in rows 21 and 41. There's a different number of stitches in the center, but on the sides it will be the same. I will explain now. So row number 29 and 49 go like this: knit the first edge stitch, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1 column, slip on yarn over. In this second column we have to increase by 4 stitches. Brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. Slip the stitch from the needle, and then repeat slip on yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit. So this is the part where it's different in row number 29 and 49, because you will have in row number 49 you'll have more stitches here in between to repeat, and you repeat that slip on yarn over, brioche knit until you have 6 stitches. As you know, in brioche the stitch and the yarn over counts as 1 stitch, so we have 6 stitches. We do a slip on yarn over. After that, a 4 stitches increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, and knit the edge stitch. And as usual, after these rows you have to repeat rows 2, 3, and 4. So remember, in row number 49 you'll just have more stitches here in between the increases, but in the beginning and the end of the row is the same. From row number 1 till row 32 we did everything just once the rows, once the everything that I showed you. And now from row number 33 to row number 52 we'll have the rows that you have to repeat in height in order to get the height of the shawl that you want. And then in each of these rows you have a middle part, a central part repeated in width. So now when I show you row number 33, it's the first time, so you do just one repeat in the middle, but when you will do again this row, you have to repeat after you finish all the rows that I will show you. Have to start again from row number 33 to row number 52. So the next time you will do it, you will have 2 repeats here in the middle. So you have some stitches in the beginning, then the repeat, and I will tell you which is it, and then in the end we'll have some more stitches again. So let's start row 33. Knit the edge stitch, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2 columns, 1, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip on yarn over, do a 4 stitches increase here in the central stitch. We did in the previous row we did here a 4 stitches increase, and in the central stitch we do it again. Brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit, slip the stitch from the needle. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1 column, slip on yarn over, and we start the repeat from here. So brioche knit 1 column, slip on yarn over, and here we'll do the left slide decrease, slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit together the next 2 brioche stitches, and pass over that first slip stitch. After that, slip on yarn over. Here in the central stitch we do a 4 stitches increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip the stitch from the needle, slip on yarn over. Here we do right slide decrease, so slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit the next one, pass over the slipped stitch, slip the stitch to the left needle, and pass over the next brioche stitch, slip the stitch to the right needle, and that's it. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1 column, slip on yarn over, and here stops the repeat. So we started it here in this column, and it stops here on this stitch. So as I said, the next time you will repeat row 33, you will have 2 repeats. You will do this part 2 times. And in the end, we will do the following: brioche knit, slip on yarn over. Again, in the central stitch, we do a 4 stitches increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit. Slip the stitch from the needle, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 2 times, slip on yarn over, and again brioche knit. So 2 brioche knits, slip on yarn over, and then knit the edge stitch. And as usual, you have to knit rows 2, 3, and 4. Row number 37, knit the edge stitch, slip on yarn over, and brioche knit 3 columns. So that's 1, slip on yarn over in between, that's 2, slip on yarn over, 3, slip on yarn over, and as usual here in the central stitch we do 4 stitches increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip the stitch from the needle, slip on yarn over. After that, brioche knit 2 columns, 1, slip on yarn over, 2, slip on yarn over, and from this stitch we start the repeat from here to here. So we started with the left slide decrease, so slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit together the next 2 brioche stitches, and pass over the first slipped stitch. After that, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1, slip on yarn over, and here in the central stitch we do a 4 stitches increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip on yarn over, brioche knit 1 column, slip on yarn over, and here in these 2 columns we do a right slide decrease. So slip knitwise the brioche stitch, knit the next one, pass over the slipped stitch, slip the stitch to the left needle and pass over the next brioche stitch, slip the stitch to the right needle, slip one yarn over, and here stops the repeat. So as I said, now we have only one repeat in this row, but when you will repeat it again, you will have 2 repeats here. So after completing all the repeats, 2 and more, you have to knit the remaining stitches, and you do the following: brioche knit, 2 columns, so that's 1, slip one yarn over, again brioche knit, slip one yarn over. Here the central stitch we do a 4 stitches increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip one yarn over, and brioche knit the rest of the columns. So that's 1, slip one yarn over, brioche knit 2, slip one yarn over, brioche knit 3, slip one yarn over, and knit the edge stitch. After row 37, I knit rows 2, 3, and 4, and then row 41, when you just brioche knit all the columns, no increases or decreases, just like I showed you in row number 21. After that, again, rows 2, 3, and 4, and now I will show you how to knit row number 45. And in this row, that central repeat that we did from row number 33 will be repeated 3 times. So it's on every tulip like this: 1, 2, and 3. Let's start. Knit the first edge stitch, slip one yarn over. In this first column we have to do a 2 stitches increase, so brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip one yarn over, and now we start under that repeat that I told you we will have to do 3 times in this row. So do a 2 stitches increase, again brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip the stitch, slip one yarn over, brioche knit 1 column, slip one yarn over, and here in these 3 columns we will do a 4 stitches decrease, and for that we will need a stitch marker or a cable needle. So slip knitwise the brioche stitch, and again the next one knitwise, then you slip purlwise the stitch, the brioche stitch, to the cable needle or to the stitch marker, leave it in front of the work, knit the next brioche stitch, pass over the previous one, slip the stitch to the left needle, pass over the next brioche stitch, slip the stitch to the right needle, and pass over that first stitch that we slipped to the right needle. After that, slip the stitch from the cable needle or stitch marker to the left needle, slip the stitch from the right needle to the left needle, and pass over that stitch that we had on the stitch marker. Slip the stitch to the right needle. After that, slip one yarn over, brioche knit, slip one yarn over, and 2 stitches increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip the stitch from the needle, slip one yarn over. So you knit this repeat 2 more times, that's 1 and then 2, and you will have only 3 stitches left. After that, I will show you how to knit them. Now I have only 3 stitches left on the needle, and I do the following: 2 stitches increase, brioche knit, yarn over, brioche knit, slip one yarn over, and knit the edge stitch. So that was row number 45. After that you knit rows 2, 3, and 4, and row number 49 I explained how to knit it and showed you how to knit it when I did row number 29. They're similar. You have to increase in the beginning and in the end, and the rest is just the repeat that I showed you, only you'll have more stitches here in between. And after row number 49 you knit again rows 2, 3, and 4, And then start to repeat the pattern from row number 33 to row number 52. Again and again until you have the desired width of the shawl. For the bind off, you can watch my Frozen Forest shawl video, and you can choose to do a simple bind off or an I-cord bind off. And I recommend you to do the bind off after knitting a row number 40. So this way you will have completed tulip and then like a bud here above. So you can choose where to stop and bind off after row 40, after row 52, or maybe another row that you like.